We could also imagine that the older, wilder entity configurations were screen memories imposed by the Greys to confuse the witnesses, but the facade was lifted once researchers learned how to retrieve memories from the minds of UFO experiencers. A more parsimonious explanation would be that Hopkins and Jacobs nitpicked the data collected from their experiencer sources in favor of the narrative they were expecting to find and discarded the descriptions they deemed confabulations because it didn't fit that narrative. Or, or, as Jacques Vallée and others have pointed out, there is a selective process on the part of the experiencers. So with an abductee or somebody who's had a strange experience, hears Bud Hopkins or David Jacobs or John Mack describe certain types of encounters. If their encounter fits them, then they're more likely to go to that researcher. So there's a selection process at multiple levels. Continuing. RPJ says, yes, of course. I like to speculate as much as any other UFO buff. It's pretty much all most of us can do due to the lack of actual verifiable evidence. But since I'm a contrarian by nature and the ETH bores me to tears, I would like to propose another type of speculation as a mental experiment. And this is where he gets kind of out there. And I'm not sure whether I agree, but it kind of jives with some of my own ideas. Let us suppose that French philosopher Jacques Lacan was right and the unconscious is structured like a language. Perhaps by feeding their hungry algorithms with the entirety of human knowledge available online, AI developers inadvertently created something that is not sentient or even intelligent, as they naively intended, but crudely resembles the landscape of the unconscious mind nonetheless, as Slovenian philosopher Alenka Zupančič proposes in this Substack piece. And there's a link there to Welcome to the Riviera of the Real by this Alenka fellow. But I will go even further than Zupančič, just for the hell of it, and propose that perhaps generative AI models somehow mimic the relationship between the unconscious mind and the paranormal. To reiterate, perhaps generative AI models somehow mimic the relationship between the unconscious mind and the paranormal. As stated previously, we've gone from the shamanic therianthropes and wild visions of the early close encounters to the same old boring flavor of the month of the gray alien stereotype. Funny how, just like previous AI models often got the number of fingers on human hands wrong, the number of fingers in gray type aliens is also a matter of some debate. Some witnesses report 3 fingers, others 4, etc. If this is indeed the case, and the paranormal is somehow related to how AI algorithms operate, then the current gray filter of homogeneous entity reports would be a symptom of that paranormal model degrading and collapsing over the decades, after falling into the same vicious cycle experienced by AI models when they are repeatedly trained and retrained on AI slop.